On A1A in Beverly Beach, traffic was stopped for about an hour and 45 minutes as we dealt with an individual who is wanted for a felony and was holding himself hostage and refusing to get out of the car.
Flagler County Sheriff's Office deputies resolve a standoff on A1A in Beverly Beach. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Our crisis negotiators talked to him, and he told us that if we tried to get him out of the car, there would be a shootout between him and the police. We did not know whether or not this individual was armed or not, so we continued to try to negotiate with them. And when that was determined was not going to be successful, we tried another tactic to de-escalate the situation and let him think that we were letting him go. We then followed him to a doctor's appointment and arrested him when he got out of the car in the parking lot. This is better than getting involved in a shootout with someone that is older and not willing to cooperate, maybe a little senile, or other medical issues. So I commend our deputies for handling this well to a successful resolution, but we apologize for the inconvenience to the drivers on A1A in Beverly Beach. But just remember, we don't control where they stop or the actions of a driver. We just have to deal with it.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, September 12th.
Palm Coast specifically is going to be the home to Astor Defense and their first U.S. location.
Craig McKinney, Palm Coast Economic Development Manager, excited to announce Palm Coast is chosen as the first U.S. location for a global leader in military packaging.
Astor Defense is a state-of-the-art facility that represents a major expansion for the company, and Palm Coast stands to benefit from the economic opportunities it brings, including new jobs, industry growth, and enhanced business activity.
For us, this is a big win in that, one, it's manufacturing jobs, approximately 30 jobs, but that's going to depend on the contracts that they get. So one, we're adding manufacturing jobs. Two, it's a targeted industry, right, defense. And three, it's foreign direct investment coming from the UK. So when you wrap all three of those up, it's a really good win for the city.
McKinney adds their selection of Palm Coast for their first U.S. manufacturing facility perfectly aligns with the city's strategic vision for targeted industries and adds to the manufacturing base.
Truly, it's not an exaggeration to say that they are a true paragon of quality in their field. They're the sole supplier to the British Army, several NATO European countries, and now they're getting into the U.S. market.
Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin says the addition of Astor Defense adds to Palm Coast's strategic attraction.
This is the second such example of success. If you'll remember recently, we talked about DC Blocks and the Internet Communications Company that is coming to Palm Coast. Another example of strategically applying our resources in a narrower job sector.
Astor Defense USA is expected to be fully operational by January 2025 in the Hargrove Industrial Park. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
If we don't take advantage of that westward expansion and put those zone property out there specifically around the railroad, we're doing a disservice to the community.
Palm Coast mayoral candidate Mike Norris is talking about the city's plan to expand to the west, fueled by $80 million from the state to expand local roads.
Candidate Mike Norris says the city needs to utilize the westward expansion to help diversify the local economy.
At one time, when you came to the end of Matanzas Woods Parkway, there was a sign out there where they have that Sawmill Creek sign. That sign out there said an industrial park. So we misused that corridor along US 1 that should have been dedicated to light industrial growth, commercial growth. We misused that property, and we can't get that back.
Norris admits developing the property comes with some challenges.
A lot of that land out there is wet. It's not completely dry. It's not high and dry land. It's wet. So managing water out there is going to be an issue, but we cannot annex in that property without having an industrial commercial component to it, plain and simple.
For Norris, diversifying the local economy is key.
93% of our ad valorem taxes comes from the individual homeowners. That is very lopsided, and we have to fix that. And if we don't lean forward to fix that, it's unsustainable. Our taxes are always going to go up. They're going to keep going up.
Tomorrow we'll hear from Norris's opponent for the mayor's office, Cornelia Manfrey. I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.